How you doing? Yesterday I made a stack of videos. I put one up on my alternate Bedlam channel, and then I went to go and do some stuff for the rest of the afternoon and evening. Today, my girlfriend has come down with a cold and is at home, and as usual, the bitch is cramping my style. Unbelievable. So what I thought I would talk about is how I was once a cult member. The cult headquarters was in America, and though they had offices here in Victoria, Australia, they basically consisted of a couple of people's houses. And how it worked was basically there were two people who, or actually one of them had died, husband and wife team, and while he was alive, he was the what did he do? He was the voice of the ascended masters. How did that work? Oh, that's right, up in space or somewhere, Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, basically any god or deity or god type person or anyone in the god business, including angels, shit like that, are all floating around in this sort of Star Trek style, you know, universe, spiritual government thing. And this guy was the person, their voice on. They would speak through him, and he would give these things called decrees. I think they were called decrees. But anyway, he would stand there and go, and Jesus would be speaking through him. I think he was referred to as the ascended master Jesus. Um, Anyway, if you know anything about cults, you will know that generally the people who get sucked in by these things are people who are fairly intelligent, actually, um, who are seeking answers, and there are these things called gurus, or in the case of cults, bullshit gurus, who have worked out that there are people out there looking for answers. So what they do is they come up with these little um, scams, which they might even kind of believe a little bit, and it basically fits perfectly with the brain waves of the people who are doing the seeking. So, well, what I'm saying is, yes, I was a member of, I was a cult member, but I don't think it makes me a fucking idiot because um, I'm very happy to report that I've discovered afterwards that lots and lots of people get sucked into this shit and make their escape and go, what fucking happened? Scientology is one of these absolutely bullshit, you know, dealios. And what I discovered, having been through that experience, I discovered that basically everyone's in some kind of cult. Um, with a cult, you've got a specific guru or leader, and then you've got a hierarchy, and then you've got steps that you're supposed to take that generally cost money and time and obedience and whatnot, so that you can get to the next level, getting closer and closer to the master. And when you can get close enough to the master, you become enlightened and magical and have superpowers and are awesome and have a great time and are doing the right thing and blah 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 blah. I think that's Scientology pretty much fucking explained. But yeah, it was. I won't I won't mention the name of the cult thing because I don't think it helps the story at all. What reminded me of this is that a very intelligent person I've been speaking with, I didn't realise, but she told me yesterday or the day before that she's dealing with the fallout of a cult situation. And it's fucking intense. I was lucky that I wasn't in America, that I was in Australia, and it was actually physically really hard for me to um, feed my obsession with this cult of personality. I'm glad I went through it because It's a major fucking education. Major. In a way, I'm glad a lot of the really fucked things in my life happened because it just puts you through the ringer beautifully. It cheers you up and spits you out. Then you have to put yourself back together, and it's a really good way to find out who you are, especially in relation to other people and other things, the world around you. So, yeah, I can't say I'm displeased about that. Though, the thing about the cult situation is that there's a bunch of people who were my friends around about the time I was starting to get into this stuff, and to this day I don't really want to see these people because I don't want to spend the rest of my fucking life explaining behaviour that's 10 years old. It's well, for instance, the cult thing is also wrapped up in my sort of mental health issues and depression and whatnot. A whole bunch of things all feeding each other. A complicated, well, no, not complicated, just a fucking mess. A mess. And as often happens, I think when life is a mess, you sort it out just by simplifying your life, and the mess fucking goes away. But a problem I've got, because I've got this mess history, is there are people from back in the day in my life now who basically think that I'm full of shit, or that I was full of shit, including close family members, which is incredibly unhelpful, and doesn't make me feel like they've got my back at all. So I think that's pretty fucking interesting, because one of the reasons for people to get sucked into a cult is that they're looking for a family who will be reliable and who will do what they say they're going to do, and have some kind of dreams and vision and whatnot. There's a lot of certainty to be had in a family that's actually fucking working. My family has never fucking worked very well at all. That's a funny one too, because it's just something I've given some thought. Should I mercilessly expose my family to the cold light of YouTube? I don't think I will, because I don't think it'll fucking work. But yeah, so I was a cult member, and in a way, I'm glad. I should be glad, because I can't fucking take it back, that's for sure. Can't take it back. But coming out the other side, with the help of people like Robert Anton Wilson, his excellent fucking work and research and whatnot, and people like Noam Chomsky as well, his talk about manufactured consent. What I have found is that the cult, as an idea, is just a really extreme version of what's going on for pretty much everyone. As Chris Rock said, everyone wants to be down. They don't want to fucking think about, what's going on. They just want to be down. They want to be part of a gang. Everyone wants to be included, which makes sense, because we are social animals, and we learn a hell of a lot just by mimicking one another, which is why it's important to get with some reasonably good fucking company, so that you can be mimicking, people with a bit of fucking class, which is one of the things I love about the YouTubes, because I get to be around people who are pretty friggin' cluey, who have some clues, who leave clues like a trail, and I unconsciously mimic them, and in doing so I end up replicating their brain waves, which shakes up my stodgy brain and helps it fucking grow and expands my fucking reality tunnel, my world view, and there you go. It's a beautiful thing. I was a cult member. So anyway, the husband died, who was, channeling the ascended masters and, whatever the fuck it was. His wife took over for years, and now she's got Alzheimer's, so that's good. That's excellent. Pretty happy about that. Though, not in a horribly fucking malicious way, really. She's just a person. People do fucking weird things. And, but at the same time, all people are scum and must be destroyed with a cleansing fire. So,